Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever had one of those days where you try your absolute hardest at something, but nothing seems to go right? You feel tired, frustrated, and maybe even a little hopeless. Well, today we are going to talk about someone who had a night exactly like that, and how a single encounter changed his life forever. We are diving into the incredible story of Peter and a miraculous catch of fish, found in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 5. So, grab a comfy seat, and let's get into it. Imagine a beautiful, calm morning by the Sea of Galilee. The sun is just starting to warm the shore, and a huge crowd has gathered. Why? Because Jesus is there, teaching them about the love and kingdom of God. The people are pressing in, eager to hear every word. Nearby, a group of fishermen are cleaning their nets. One of them is a man named Simon, who we know as Peter. He and his partners, James and John, look exhausted. They've been out on the water all night long, casting their nets again and again, but they haven't caught a single fish. Not one. I can just imagine their disappointment. All that work for nothing. They're probably just thinking about packing up and going home. As the crowd gets bigger, Jesus sees Peter's empty boat by the shore. He has an idea. He steps into Peter's boat and asks him to push out a little from the land. This way, the boat becomes a floating stage, and everyone on the shore can see and hear him clearly. Peter agrees, and from the boat, Jesus continues to teach the eager crowd. Peter gets a front row seat to Jesus' powerful words. He listens as Jesus speaks with wisdom and authority unlike anyone he's ever heard before. When Jesus finishes speaking to the people, he turns his attention directly to Peter. He looks at this tired fisherman and says something completely unexpected. Now go out where it is deeper and let down your nets to catch some fish. Now, put yourself in Peter's shoes for a moment. He's the expert fisherman here. He knows these waters like the back of his hand. He's just spent a long, fruitless night working this very lake. He's tired, his nets are clean, and logically, it makes no sense to go back out now. The best time for fishing is over. So, Peter replies, and you can almost hear the weariness in his voice. "Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything." It's a polite way of saying, "With all due respect, I know what I'm doing, and there are no fish out there." But then, he adds a phrase that changes everything. He says, "But because you say so, I will let down the nets." This is a huge moment of faith. Despite his professional experience, despite his exhaustion, despite all logic telling him it's a waste of time, Peter chooses to trust Jesus' word. He decides to obey, even when it doesn't make sense. So, they row out into the deep water. Peter and his partners take their nets and, with a sigh, throw them back into the lake one more time. And then, the unbelievable happens. The nets are suddenly pulled tight. They're heavy, so incredibly heavy. When they try to pull them in, they can barely lift them. The nets are so full of fish that they begin to tear under the weight. It's not just a good catch, it's an impossible catch. There are more fish in that one spot than they've ever seen before. Peter is stunned. He realizes he can't do this alone. He shouts to his partners in the other boat, James and John, to come and help him. They rush over, and together they start hauling the fish out of the water and into their boats. They fill one boat, and then the other. There are so many fish that both boats are filled to the brim, so full that they actually start to sink under the weight. Imagine the scene, the water churning with silver fish, the boats low in the water, and the fishermen looking on in complete and utter amazement. Their night of failure has been transformed into the greatest success of their lives in a single moment. Seeing this miracle, Peter is completely overwhelmed. He falls to his knees before Jesus and says, "Go away from me, Lord, I am a sinful man." In that moment, Peter doesn't just see the fish, he sees who Jesus truly is. This isn't just a great teacher, this is someone with power over nature itself. Faced with Jesus' holiness and power, Peter feels his own unworthiness. But Jesus doesn't turn away. Instead, he looks at Peter with kindness and gives him a new purpose. He says, "Don't be afraid, from now on you will fish for people." Jesus was telling Peter that his life's mission was about to change. He wouldn't be catching fish anymore, he would be helping people find their way to God. This miracle wasn't just about the fish, it was a demonstration of Jesus' power, and a call to a new adventure. And what was Peter's response? The Bible tells us that as soon as they brought their boats to shore, he, James, and John left everything, their boats, their nets, their record-breaking catch, and followed Jesus. They became his first disciples. choosing to follow the one who had turned their emptiness into overwhelming abundance. What an incredible story of how faith, even when it seems illogical, can lead to miracles beyond our wildest dreams. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next video.